Hello everyone, I am King Mac, and I would like to thank you all for watching this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger along with some french fries, a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Thank you for watching, and now here is our feature presentation of TTBurger game reviews on YouTube.
Hello everybody, it's Tony. Welcome back to more TTBurger game reviews here on YouTube as we are continuing with some more PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4 game reviews here. And today we're on episode 210. Once again, part 1 of 1. I promise you all the next video or so will be a multi-part review. But we have a lot to talk about here. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Free Green HD and SubZeroMNX for King Mac, and for everyone who has supported this channel for the last 6 years or so. The more of you guys, this channel wouldn't be as big as it is today. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. And today we're going to be looking at a third-person action game with a female protagonist named Miranda Bowens by the company Mindscape. And we had a lot of these type of games back in the day. Like we had games like Loaded and MDK, Apocalypse Now, which was with Contra, and the games won, and more. But none of them have really had a female protagonist in them and stuff. But we're going to be looking at one of these overhead shooters for you right now. This was released exclusively to the PlayStation September 30th, 1996. Back when I was only 7 years old, going on 8 years old, because my birthday was in October. And we got Steel Harbinger right here, starring Miranda Bowens. And let's get started. Now, Steel Harbinger is a game that has some interesting ideas. Some work well, while others not so much. And I really wanted to like this game more than I did. You have an interesting character in a post-apocalyptic alien destruction invasion setting, but the problems overshadow the goods. So I'm not getting a super high rating, but it will not be getting a super low rating either. It's a mediocre, average-like game. Let's get started here as we dive into Steel Harbinger. The story takes place in the year 2069, where North America is affected by war due to Canada and Mexico combating the United States. While that is going on, alien pods from space land on various parts of North America, spotting out tentacles and are attacking humans and animals, transforming them into alien biomechanisms, half organic, compound, half machine. They plan to destroy human life. Dr. Bowen, the narrator of Steel Harbinger, is a scientist studying one of the alien pods to learn about the alien species that landed on Earth. He is taking refuge in a lab with other scientists who survived the attack, along with his daughter, Miranda Bowens, who is portrayed by actress Wendy Kenya, who is the main protagonist. Dr. Bowen explains that Miranda is the only family he has left after the attack took place, taking everything away from him. Then the pod breaks loose, and the alien goes out of control and attacks Miranda with its tentacle. Dr. Bowen breaks the tentacle with an axe, but it's too late. Miranda is infected and transformed into a Steel Harbinger, half human, half biometric alien. Miranda, though, is only partially infected, but she is humanity's last hope to survive. Miranda must go through locations like Kansas, Las Vegas, San Francisco, Houston, Cape Canaveral, Washington, the Antarctic, an alien planet, and the moon to save Earth. The story does seem deep at first because it's a big thing that goes on and stuff like that. And like when you watch the opening cutscene and the cutscene after that and stuff, it makes it feel like that this game can be big and story driven, like Wing Commander and all that stuff and everything. But the problem is there's not much story beyond the first few cutscenes, and basically you do not have much after that. Like the first 2 levels, there are barely any cutscenes aside from Miranda going from one place to another, or going to terminal, like to hear stuff from her father, or watching little news reports, or like advertisements for like the place you're in or so like that. And just like there are times just like the story really just goes nowhere at times, and just like it seems like some of these scenes were added just to add to the FMV style stuff, which I do enjoy. I like FMV games, but sometimes they just add pointless stuff that just isn't really worth it. And on top of that, Miranda does not talk much at all. She only says one line of dialogue, and that's it. And she says the one line of dialogue in the beginning before she gets infected, and she's talking to her father. And Dr. Bowen is the main guy who talks to the narrator, just more could have been done with the story here. Just that It would be nice to have Miranda to have a personality here, but she doesn't. Presentation though, the game looks great for the most part. The FMV scenes look fantastic, almost on par with Wing Commander 3 and 4's FMV scenes. The CG cutscenes are probably like my least favorite part of the presentation of the graphics there, because like the CG cutscenes just look like they took the in-game models and just high-res them look 3D and just doesn't really look that great in my opinion. The in-game graphics though are good. They have a 2.5D feel to them and look great aside from a few complaints like I mentioned the enemy models do not have a big variety. They know like 3 or 4 different type of enemies or so. The Humans Rescue, which I will talk about in the gameplay, only 2 different types of models, male and female, and they wear the same clothes to that. So when you're rescuing different humans like that, wearing the same clothes, you can't feel like that they're clones or something like that. The most detailed character model is Miranda. I'll say that much. With the way her outfit looks like that, which is still Harbinger now and stuff. That's pretty cool. The environments also look detailed too, with the setting, with like stuff on fire and things that are like destroyed so that you can blow stuff up and everything, which is pretty cool. I should also mention that the game has quite a bit of gore in this when aliens explode. It's pretty gory for sure, kind of on par with like Phoenix 3 on the 3DO, a game Army 21 aka the Waste Zero Time reviewed back when he first started out. If you've seen the review, you know what I mean. If not, feel free to check it out because you'll know what I'm talking about. Because this game has definitely that mature rating stuff like that to make it look real and stuff like that when with the gore and everything, but still it doesn't really save a game much is what I mean. The frame rate is smooth, no slowdown at all, so graphics while they could be a little better, they're good for sure. Sound, good sound for the most part. The acting is good, although I wish Miranda said more than just one line of dialogue. And the music is great, upbeat with pop techno tunes, stuff like that. And the other sound effects like the guns and the aliens when they die and stuff like that, so sound very good too. It has this computer voice that says human saved, human killed, this and that, so access denied, so it sounds good, but not to harp on it. Miranda only having one line of dialogue, yeah, it kind of does affect the sound a little bit because you want to know more about Miranda. Gameplay of Steel Harbinger had the potential to be good, and at first, it's fun, but that's when the problems arise. Steel Harbinger is an overhead shooter where your goal is to kill the aliens, get the key cards to activate defense systems, get money to use the transport system, and more. At first, Steel Harbinger plays like loaded on the PlayStation or so, where you can do similar things, and we can also say this game is similar to Contra, where you fight aliens also. And going around exploring these ruined, destroyed areas is fun. You fight tons of alien stuff while saving humans, too, to be careful because the aliens do not go down without a fight. And you have the military helping you as well. You have these big levels to explore. You go in buildings, find ammunition, you can shoot boxes and crates to like get more ammo or health and money and stuff like that for the transmission system, and finding key cards and more. And after you kill an enemy, Miranda can eat them too for health and also along with health power-ups also. You fight an endless swarm of aliens to fight, so those of you who like swarms of enemies will like this there. But sometimes they just never don't stop, it's like that, and you waste your ammo sometimes. But let's look into the negatives here. The game can get very tough and repetitive after a while, and the enemies can come out in swarms and swarms. I admit it can be fun, but it's like swarms come out of nowhere and stuff, and you bring out of ammo and stuff. When you're out of ammo, you're fucked. And water hurts you if you're infected. You can't swim at all. Little minor nitpick there. And the story is very light. You can jump all over the place, and Miranda not talking much at all and stuff kind of does affect the story a little bit. For the default control scheme, X fires your weapon and square jumps, when it should be the other way around. Thankfully you can change it, but still, it should be defaultly X jumps and square fires. The ending is very disappointing, and it's not worth getting. And after you do all this stuff here, it's a disappointing ending. I'll show you myself, so I'm a nice guy here. You guys can see how bad this ending is and stuff, because it's just like it's almost as bad as Larkwinch Manosaurus ending. And here, I'll show it for you myself right now. Yeah, this is the ending you work hard for, fighting swarms of aliens just to go on the moon and and just be done and say, yeah, it's a big slap in the face. I mean, at least this game does feel like a game at times, unlike the Log of Winter Commando SAR, but you get what I mean there. Not a terrible game, not a great game either. It's an average, mediocre game, and that's what I'm saying here. Final thoughts: Steel Harbinger has an interesting character and can have an interesting story at first, but all that's overshadowed by the problems it has. I give Steel Harbinger a 5.5 I think of the problem I have with it. It's the best score I can give it. It's still worth checking out, maybe worth a rental if like that, if you find a retro rental game store and stuff like that, but you're gonna be turned off by the game's problems for sure. That's pretty much all I gotta say there. If you like what you see, subscribe, like the video, comment down below. Join my Discord group, TTBurger Gamers United, my Facebook group, TTBurger Gamers Group, and my Facebook page, TTBurger8, if you want to get more updates and more. Which all I gotta say is Tony. Peace out. Have a good day. See you all in episode 211. Take care, everybody. Yeah, they say that she's alive. Yeah, those whispers all around say she has a reputation.